Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at how to solve using substitution. So we substitute generally if we've got x or y on their own without any pronumerals on the right or the left hand side and everything else on the right hand side. So if we have a look at these first two equations, we've got x plus y equals 6 and we've got x equals 5y. So x plus y, we've got both pronumerals on the left, so that's not going to work, but we've got only one here on the left. We've got x on its own there on the left. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to label these as 1 and 2, and now I'm going to say I'm going to substitute 2 into 1. So instead of x in equation number 1, I'm going to write 5y. So we're going to have 5y plus y equals 6. So then 6y equals 6. So from there, we'd say that y equals 1. And now that I've got that, I'm going to call that equation number 3. So now that I've got a value for value for y, I'm going to substitute equation number 3 into equation number 2, because it's easier to work with. So I'm going to say, because we're already told what x is, which is what we're trying to solve for. So x equals 5, and instead of y, I'm going to write 1. So based on that, we'd say that x equals 5. So we express our answer as 5, 1. So it's a point of intersection between these two functions, or these two graphs of 5 and 1. Okay, a little bit different. The same thing, we've got 4x minus y equals 12, y equals 8 minus 6x. So here we've got an expression. So the same goes, we still label them 1 and 2, doesn't matter how we label them. And I'm going to, once again, we've got x and y both over here, so I'm not going to substitute that one. We've got 1, so that's what I'll substitute, and I'll substitute into that one. So I'm going to say substitute 2 into 1. So now, looking at the first equation, 4x minus, and instead of y, I'm going to write what y equals, and that is 8 minus 6x, and that still equals 12. So from there, I've got 4x, I'm going to say minus 8 plus 6x, because we've got to expand the brackets, equals 12. So from there, 10x equals 20. So 10 times some number equals 20, so that number's got to be 2. Now that we know that, now we know a value of x, we label that as equation 3, and we substitute 3 into, I'm going to substitute into 2, because we're trying to work out the value of 1y, and we've already got 1y here. So now I'm going to write down that y equals 8 minus 6 times by 2, so it becomes 8 minus 12, so y equals negative 4. We write our answer in coordinate form. Okay, let's say things are a little bit different. Sometimes you'll be asked to solve these types of questions here, or these types of simultaneous equations, where we don't have we don't have any numbers. Instead, we've got pronumerals everywhere. We apply the same steps. So we look for where x and y, x or y are on their own rather, and in equation 2, x is on its own there on the left. So that's what we'll substitute. So now we're going to say we're going to substitute equation number 2 into 1. And now I'm going to rewrite equation number 1, except instead of x, I'm going to write by. So we're going to have a by plus by equals b. And now my answer, I'm going to solve for y, and my answer will just have a's and b's in it. So I've got to take out a common factor here of by, because both things multiply by. So now I've got a plus 1 equals b. I'm going to divide both sides by b, so I'm left with y a plus 1 equals 1. And now I'm going to divide both sides by a plus 1, so I've got y equals 1 over a plus 1. Now that I've got a value for y, I'm going to call that equation 3, and I'm going to substitute 3 into 2, because I'm looking for a value of 1x, and I've already got 1x there. So, whoops. So, over here, instead of, so I'm going to say x equals b times y, and y is 1 over a plus 1, so then it simplifies. to b over a plus 1. So that's my value there. For our last example, very similar, except we've got an expression equal to y, so label them as 1 and 2. Once again, equation number 2 has a provariable on its pronumeral on its own, so we're going to substitute 2 into 1, and instead of y, I'm going to write this. So we've got ax minus bx plus a, and that equals a. We expand and simplify. Ax minus bx minus a equals a. Bring the a over to the other side and take out a common factor of x here. So we've got x a minus b equals 2a. So x equals 2a over a minus b. Label that equation 3, and now I take this and I substitute 3 into 2 because we're trying to solve for 1y. So now instead of x, I'm going to write this. So now we've got y equals b, and in brackets 2a over a minus b plus a, and this becomes 2ab over a minus b plus a. We can simplify this and turn that into 1 and start adding subtraction fractions, but I'm pretty sure that you can go through that fairly straightforwardly. So with these ones, what we're doing is we write our equations, label them, and look for where we've got the pronumeral on its own on the left or the right. That's the equation that we substitute into the other one, and then from there we solve for one variable. Once we found out what that variable is, substitute that value for that variable into the other equation, and we solve for the other variable.